PocketSuite Pro. Have you added some of our default forms and contracts to your account, but are wondering how to kind of tweak the ones that we have created? Well, in this video, that is exactly what I walk you through. How to see the questions that are there, how to delete questions you don't want and add questions that need to be there, along with all the settings and how creating those questions work. So if that's you and you've added forms to your account and you just want to learn how to tweak them, stay tuned. All right. Well, setting up your forms and editing your forms is super easy, okay? To see, first of all, basically what we have in by way of, defaults, if you tap on settings and you scroll almost all the way down to the section that says forms and contracts, we're going to tap on forms, okay? So you'll notice right away the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. Remember, when you're in settings and you're kind of creating these things, the plus sign will always allow you to add from defaults or create from scratch, okay? So adding from defaults is a great way for you to see all that we have. This pro has added all of the ones that were recommended, which is why it said congratulations. You've added all of them already. So they're all in here, right? Once they appear here, if you want to kind of look to see what they say, you can always select one, right? So there's a couple options here. So you can share, you can edit the form, you can view and edit questions, or you can copy form. Now, this is an additional kind of option than most of the things, right? Under this, what goods and services do you provide, and now under the marketing suite section, right? It's got an additional view and edit questions option. But the share form link allows you to just share the link to this particular form with whoever you want. You can copy and paste it anywhere. You can edit the form, which is actually editing the form settings. So anything like the name, you can add a description. Always require. Let's talk about this always require button for a second. So a question that I get all the time when I go over, automating forms and contracts and having them shown to your clients instantly when they book a service or when they purchase a package. The question that I inevitably always get is, well, are they going to have to do it all the time? And the answer to that question is, well, maybe, and it depends on what you put right here. So always require means yes. So if this waxing consent form, I attach them to a waxing service, my clients that always book me for that waxing service that this form is attached to, if I toggle this always require on, they will always see it. So I will get many of these, right? Now, if I toggle it to don't always require, they will see it the first time only. They will fill it out. It will be nestled again under history in their client profile. So it'll be right there and they won't have to see it again. Okay. For clients to complete, this is an additional option where if your clients are completing the form, then toggle it on. This will make it visible to them. Okay. If it is not a form that your clients fill out, if it's something that you're filling out on maybe notes for yourself that you created a form for, then you would just tap on for clients to complete, you would toggle that off, and then you wouldn't be able to send it to them. It would just be something that you could save, okay? And then at the bottom, you can attach a contract actually to a form. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about dynamic fields in a different video, but within contracts, you can create dynamic fields, which will pull in information, right, from your form to the contract. So those are called custom dynamic fields. If you want to head over to our Suite Center and just, the Google for PocketSuite and just type in dynamic fields, you'll get plenty of articles that show you how to do that. But attaching contracts to forms allows you to put things within that contract that will pull the information from the form and then they can sign it. So very, very cool functionality there. And you can also add a photo if you want and then just tap save. So these are your form settings, okay? Another thing that you'll see when you tap on it is the view and edit questions. So view and edit questions is just that. You can see which questions are on this form, okay? So this one, it says dog's age, dog's name, are they spayed or neutered, okay? If you want to delete a question that's there, you simply select it and hit delete, okay? If you select a question that's there, you can see that you can toggle the required on and off. When you toggle, when the required toggle is toggled on, your clients will not be able to submit the form unless they respond to this question. They will receive an error that says, hey, you didn't respond to the dog's name question. Okay, so just know that. If you tap the plus sign in the upper right hand corner, you can actually create one yourself. If maybe there isn't a question there that needs to be there, you can ask a question like, maybe do you have any allergies? Okay, now this question type, this is really, really powerful too, because this will limit how your clients can respond. So for example, how do you want them to respond? Is it going to be in text form? Great, they're just going to type out their response, leave it in text. Integer is just a fancy name for number. Then you have multiple and single choice. So both of these are similar. They're both multiple choice questions that will require you to create labels. Okay, so labels, another name for label is options. So for example, I'm going to do yes or no. So the difference between single choice and multiple choice is a single choice, they will only be able to pick one answer. A multiple choice will be like for a question that's like, tell me about your medical history, select all that apply, diabetes, arthritis, whatever you have in your medical history. They'll be able to select more than one if you select multiple choice. A checkbox is a great question type if maybe you're doing fees or something where it's like you just want your clients to indicate that they are familiar with this statement or this policy or that they've read it, right? You can always kind of put a statement there instead of a question, make it a checkbox, and write in the question, say, hey, check the box to make sure that, to indicate that you'll comply with this rule, whatever it is. Date, if you ask them, for their dog's vaccination date or, their birthday or whatever. Decimal number, currency, long text, email, and phone number. If you select any of those, the system will automatically only give them the option to kind of respond in that format. Okay, so it just makes the likelihood of you getting the correct answer kind of higher. So that's question types. And then again, with the required or not required, you can always do that. Now, the 3 dashes to the right, if you notice, if you click and hold it, if you tap and hold it, you can actually drag and drop and kind of reorder the questions as well. So anytime you see those 3 little dashes, that's what that means. So forms is a great, great way to get information from your clients. Just tap on settings, go under the marketing suite, and make sure that you create some. If you don't see it under your marketing suite, it's because you just have to toggle the feature on. And to do it, just tap on features, go down, and toggle it on. Don't forget to hit save. Okay, so that is forms. Hopefully you learned a lot. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. We'd love to hear it. If not, I'll see you at the next one.